pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We begin our meeting for the Borough of Delaware Water Gap, month of February. I will begin with public comments for matters that are on the agenda.
Can we do this without Deb?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I just realized she wasn't there. Sorry.
I got it.
Okay.
If Lisa says yes, then we
I
can.
got it, all right. And the fact that you're recording means it's. Are there any public comments for matters regarding the agenda, that are on the agenda?
Yeah, I saw something in regard to, your executive session,
Yes, sir.
contractors,
SOP,
yeah. Geez, I couldn't read that.
sorry.
Actually, I will have some comments for one side of that for our public, and so it will make sense to you. When we get to committees, I'll talk to the public about some things that as a community we need to do
The reason
in
for
our
that.
relationship with our contractors.
All right, I'll chime in then if I can.
You'll be here.
Yeah.
Anything else on the agenda? If not,
Wait, are we gonna speak on the firehouse renovations? I see it's on under
there's
old
nothing,
business.
there's nothing, no update.
There's
on
no
that right now.
update, okay. Then I'm good.
All right, and if nothing else, we will go on to the treasurer's report. If everyone's had an opportunity to review it, did you have anything
Yeah,
that you wanted to say about the bills?
Yeah, I wanted to bring up the issue of the water, the bills associated with the water department.
I think it was a big
We had
error.
a considerable amount of projects going on this past month.
All right,
Primarily fixing, not planned projects, but fixing repairs. I went through and I did a couple, just a real brief review. Last month, and I'm talking about in December, we had a fire at the Glenwood, and that caused us to lose a fire hydrant and basically had to replace it on Oak Street. That was, the cost of that hydrant, it included in purchasing the hydrant, installing it, came out to about $10,000. This past month, we had a considerable repair on Mountain Road, the intersection of Mountain and Mincy, whereas a lot of water was leaking, and because it was so cold and we were unsure where the shut-off valve was, we repaired it eventually, but we had to keep staff overnight to pump that pit out on a continuous basis. That job, including a new hydrant, came out to about $30,000. We also had some legal fees this past month concerning the Cherry Valley Road project. That came out to about $5,000. So the total water expenses of this past month came out to about $44,000. Pretty large, pretty significant, but I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up in terms of what they were related to. Three separate issues: the fire, separate leak on Mountain Road, and then issues with Cherry Valley Road project. So in case anybody looked at it, was wondering.
I'm wondering why.
So what caused the failure in the hydrant down on Oak Street from that fire?
It was, so number one, it's a 53-year-old fire hydrant, and the life on them are just 50 years. They are not.
So that's probably most of them in town?
A lot of them are pretty old, yeah.
So are we gonna see the same problems arise with the other fire hydrants?
When we have a leak that's associated with the hydrant and it's like 45 years old, we're gonna replace it, yeah. And.
But you're only gonna replace it once they go. You're not gonna be proactive
No.
and replace them now.
No, I think, I've never surveyed other towns, how old their hydrants are, but, we do have a lot of old hydrants. Now, I did check with the insurance company, they are not insurable after 50 years old. What happened to the hydrant when one of the fire departments was over there, pulling water, it just wouldn't shut off.
Yeah.
And,
They broke a pin or something or whatever they said?
what's that?
Did they break a pin or something? thing, I thought.
I think might have been the shaft or
Yeah.
whatever, I'm not sure, so they pulled it and put it
So
on
at least,
in.
at least the problem wasn't that they couldn't get water.
No,
would've
there was
been
plenty,
worse.
there was plenty of water, it just, the hydrant just
This is
broke.
the East Coast.
And so, and then we had a similar situation on Mountain Road,
Yeah.
where we had a considerable leak up there, geez, I wanna say 3 weeks ago now. And it involved a service line to the hydrant. Hydrant was put in 1984, all the dates of the hydrants are embossed right on the edge of it, that made it 41, 42 years, we just put a new hydrant in,
Yeah.
so.
I'm just concerned that hopefully we don't have another huge fire like that one,
Yeah.
that you're gonna
There-
run
there
into the
was-
same
Getting the
problem.
water was not an issue, it was just shutting it
Well,
off.
with shutting it off then,
Yeah.
like, are you gonna see that same problem with other
Yeah.
hydrants of the same age?
So it'd be a good idea with projects, when we see grants that come across that are water, which often are water related, because water is a big issue, that maybe that's something that we can tag ourselves to look for and do an inspection and replace them one, each one instead of waiting on it to.
Is there a date code on that's visible on the hydrant?
It's a 1-inch embossed date, the year of the hydrant. You go to a hydrant, you'll see it right
So
there.
maybe we get Solomon to go around to the hydrants and take down, the location and the hydrant and the year, and then we'll at least know which ones we should be looking at.
Okay.
And they're on your map, aren't they?
They are on the map, but the
infrastructure
dates
map?
are not on the map.
No, not the dates, but the hydrants.
Oh,
and
yeah, the
stuff.
hydrants are all photographed.
So you can match up
and
the date with your map.
Yeah. That's what we can do.
Is that
Okay.
on the hydrant flushing? Is that with the hydrant flushing information possibly? Do we
No, those, all the hydrant flushing information is location of the hydrants and the turn they take in terms of the flush.
Okay, so we can use that.
Well, I guess you probably would have encountered that during flushing of the hydrants.
Just a spreadsheet.
Probably.
Yeah, it's something we can look at.
Yeah, we can, like I said, if we're talking proactive, we can look at that, get the dates, look for money to pop up, and then try and address the oldest ones first, and
Yep.
so we're not stuck with a $40,000 that we don't expect.
It wasn't anything that the fire department
No.
did, right? It was just because it's so old, it just,
I think it was just too old, and again, the insurance
Yeah.
company said we're just not gonna, they don't insure
Yeah.
something that's beyond their expectations.
yeah, I kind of, but, I mean, thanks for not having it out like all day, because I'm thinking, oh my God.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're gonna move on.
Go ahead.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report and pay the bills. Can I get a motion on that?
Move to approve. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Okay, now I need a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes for January 6th.
I'll make that motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Thank you, motion passes. Mayor's report?
I only have a couple of things. Since I wasn't here last month, just wanted to report on the speed limit signs. I did get those repaired. What had happened is somebody vandalized them. They came along and grabbed the wires and basically jerked them out of the solar panels. I actually had to take them down to my workshop and fix them. And it took better part of about 3 days, but I was able to repair them, able to get everything back together, able to get them working again. And when I did, I was able to hide the wires in a way where if you wanna get to them again, it's gonna take a little work, so, hopefully this is the end of it, people won't be touching them again, so.
Maybe somehow put a short in, so if they touch it, they get shocked.
I mean, there were some suggestions of maybe a trail cam or something like
Make a
that.
hot sign, huh?
That would be true.
But we're hoping maybe nobody messes with it again. I don't even know why they would have. That means all 3 signs were all 3 vandalized, so, but they've been fixed now, so. I did pass on a letter to council, just for you guys to look at. It was a commendation letter, for our police chief, for the day of the fire that we had back in December. Any comments on that? You don't have to talk about it tonight, but if you wanted to,
No, we're working on it.
So, and then, mayor's reception this year is on March 27th. That's put on by the Lehigh Valley Chamber of Commerce. All the mayors from, the different counties, come down and they have a dinner for you, and, you're able to talk about your municipality and some of the things that are going on, and, get a chance to make Delaware Gap look great, so I will be in attendance on that. And that's basically all I have. Do you have any questions?
We have a police report, lots of little small town activity that the chief stays on top of. So that is provided for us. Superintendent's report, is there anything?
Just have a couple items here that the Ford 550, we got that back. All the work has been completed. James down at the shop, he suggested that we sandblast the inner rocker panels to prevent further rust on the truck. He suggested that we do that prior to next season if we're gonna decide to plow next season. I serviced the John Deere mower and I came across that the deck needs to be replaced or repaired prior to spring. And just wanted to state the temporary sign is still up down there. And it will remain up until we get some warm weather so that I can properly insert a new one. And I also suggest that we move forward with the repairs on the backhoe prior to springtime.
Okay, Bob Markey's folks are supposed to come and get that. When you speak with him, you can find out when they wanna come by. And if we could get some idea estimates on the sandblasting and the replacement for the deck,
Sure.
if you could provide.
The estimate for the sandblasting.
Oh, it's in there?
Yes, it's approximately $1,000 for the truck, for the sandblasting.
Oh, I didn't see it,
And
sorry.
if we would like to purchase a used mower deck, that can range between $550 to $750. That's for a used one, and a brand new one would potentially be more.
What would a brand new mower be with a deck?
Brand new, I would say that would be around $3,500, between $5,000 for a brand new one. There's nothing wrong with that mower down there. I did service it. It's just the deck is rotted.
And it has been for a while, they've been fixing it.
Oh,
Yes.
Got a lot of welding spots on it.
yes, yes.
It's a common problem with the John Deere's mowers.
It's had a rough life.
They run great, but they just, the motor next one.
Okay,
That's all I have.
thank you, sir. Engineers report.
I only have one quick item. The permit renewal applications for the speed display signs were submitted to PennDOT in January, so I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Thank you so much.
Does that cost us anything, Missy?
It should not.
Fire department's not here. Emergency management coordinator, nothing. Zoning officer provided a report, and we will move on further down where we are accepting the new contract. Solicitor's report, the solicitor is not here this evening. So I'm gonna move along to new business. We want to discuss and possibly make a motion to approve tree trimming on Mincy. And as requested, we received two estimates, one for $600 and one for $700. And this is to attend to dangerous overhanging dead branches along the road. Anything else, sir? to say
No,
about it?
I think that's a very reasonable price, $600 from Dunkelberger's. I'd like to make a motion to approve $600
Okay,
expenditure to trim that tree.
okay.
That's just for the one tree?
That's just for the one tree. There was a letter that was generated, it's not on the agenda tonight. I actually think we should have our ordinance in place before we send that letter, if we're that close. to
Yeah,
getting
we
the
have,
ordinance.
we can't enforce anything if we don't have anything in place. But we wanna take care of what's hanging, what's dangerous, what's been identified, and we can do that. We don't have to wait to
Yeah.
take care of, and it's basically road maintenance with the tree committee. So he made the motion. We have a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed to this? Motion approved, wonderful. Discuss and make a motion to adopt a resolution to follow the schedules and procedures for disposition of records as set forth in the Municipal Records Manual approved on December 16th, 2008, and amended on March 28th, 2019. We have a host of records that we've been storing since the beginning of time. Some of them are not records that we would search. Some of them are old bills and receipts. Allison has gone through a lot of these things, and there is a procedure in place for getting rid of old records, shredding them, and how you maintain them, how you keep them. There's an entire process. So what we're asking for at this moment is a motion to adopt the resolution, because we have to actually do a resolution to purge these old records. Anyone have any discussion on that? Any issues with that?
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the resolution.
I'll
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Motion passes. Okay, next we're gonna discuss and make a motion to approve the proposed resolution, which authorizes and lists the disposition of records. I don't know if that should have been flipped or whatever, but do I get a motion to approve the resolution itself?
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution.
Second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. This is just a bit of house cleaning, maintenance. Motion to accept our new consulting agreement with Municipal Code Solution. This was formerly Mantor Inspection Company, and he has the 2025 rate schedule. So we need to accept the new consulting agreement with the same individual, new company.
I'll make a motion to accept the new consulting agreement with Municipal Code Solution.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Are we going to increase the cost of those inspections that he is making now that we've?
You know what, is there an increase on the charge for the,
I believe he was gonna be looking at the fee schedules,
and then
He
we
and
can
I
adjust it
talked about it.
accordingly?
so I believe so, yes.
Okay, so we'll get a review of the fee schedule and
And
then we'll
then
bring
we'll
that
have
back.
to-
look
and then
at
we'll
it.
have
We can
to
bring
look
that
at
back.
it. Mhm.
Okay, did we pass this motion?
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. Okay, now we need to appoint Municipal Code Solutions, Mike Mantor, as our code enforcement officer.
I'll make the motion to appoint Mike Manor as the building zoning and code enforcement officer.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Now we need to make a motion to authorize the borough solicitor to advertise a proposed ordinance authorizing takings related to the Cherry Valley water easements. So we need to advertise the proposed ordinance, because we are moving forward with the Cherry Valley water project, and there's a few slivers of land that we need to put the pipe in, and that ordinance is to cover that.
I'll make the motion to authorize the borough solicitor to advertise the proposed ordinance.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Okay, motion to authorize the borough solicitor to advertise the work session as a special meeting, which will be to address the ordinance, to take the slivers of land, to lay the pipe.
Which is a holiday.
Yeah, but President's
I know, I'm
Day.
just teasing you.
Yeah. Another motion, right? Can I get a motion to authorize the borough solicitor to advertise the work session?
I will make the motion to authorize the borough solicitor to advertise the work session as a special meeting.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is anyone opposed to that? Motion passes. Motion to authorize the borough solicitor to obtain current owner searches for the 3 Cherry Valley Road properties.
I'll make that motion to
I'll
authorize the borough solicitor to obtain current owner searches for the three Cherry Valley properties.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed to that? Motion passes. Okay, just to let everyone know, Mr. Steve Semister resigned from the Municipal Authority Board effective January 16th, 2025. Is there anything I need to do other than notify everyone that we're short one? Okay. Now on to old business, stormwater ordinance, solicitor's not here and there's been no new updates on that. Firehouse renovations, there's no updates on that right now. Parking ticket increase, that's the continual, something that the chief is working on, no updates. Shade tree ordinance, we're still waiting on the review for that, no updates. Water EDUs, we're not pursuing that. Should we remove that from old business?
I'd like to keep it on there. I'd like to kind of get beyond some of these projects we're talking about.
Okay,
We'll
well,
revisit that.
no updates.
Yeah.
Building modernization project, any update?
Yeah, so, Melissa, thank you for sending me some, grant opportunities. I went through several, listened to a webcast this past week. There's one in particular, the USDA Rural Development Community Facilities Direct Loan and Grant Program.
Yeah.
Examples include healthcare facilities, buildings like town halls.
Right.
So I think that's right up our alley. So what I would like to propose is that I and one other, either Lisa or maybe Charles, visit the USDA Rural Development Office in Bethlehem with our proposal for the plan and explain what we're trying to do and develop a relationship and see if
They can get some guidance on how we
they
can
can give us some guidance. And it's open all year round,
Yeah,
where other grants have specific time slots where you have to wait before you can apply.
and I
Anyway.
can tell you right off the bat, they're gonna try and give you a loan instead of a grant, so don't buy the loan.
Yeah, but we're very poor.
No, but I mean, this is, I've dealt with them before, and they like to say, well, we can give you a loan. And it's like, no, we really want the grant, so push for the grant, because they are gonna tell you, we can give
Okay,
you a loan.
so I'll communicate with you guys and we'll pick a date and I'll call them and find out who, if you guys are up for it, we'll take a ride.
Thank you, sir.
Okay?
Thank you so much. Traffic calming, you replugged the signs, you
Plug this in.
got your permits.
That's actually what, we were talking about for getting a grant. That's why it's back on there under old business. Because the last meeting, you were talking about traffic calming.
Oh, getting three more
Signs for,
grant,
like,
getting
Mount
three
Vernon.
That's
more
right,
of them.
that's the Arley grant,
Yeah.
and that's June. So
Yeah,
we're-
it's through June 1st to June 30th.
Do you want me to leave that on old business or take it off?
No, leave it on.
Leave
Leave it on, we wanna
Remind
be
us.
sure.
We'll put Arlie next to it.
And put June, so we won't
Okay.
sit here in July and go,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
we definitely, we don't wanna miss that opportunity.
Okay.
There
Which
might
is,
be,
it's got a 30-day window, you know, and we're like, oh, dang.
there might be a pre-application meeting or pre-application application. I'll look into that for next month.
Okay, that would be
Thank you
great.
so much. Appreciate everybody. Okay. Committee reports. Water just gave their report, but I have a public service commentary for our committees, and it can be water, it can be roads, it can be anything, but let me explain what we need to do as a community. We have licensed contractors that service our community and that are licensed to do specific services that we are not licensed and certified to do. They work under contract, they are licensed to do these things, they have insurance, and they have insurance liabilities. We've had some projects going on in the last month or so, and before that too. And I've had some feedback from the contractors that they really need us to adhere to the work zones and treat them like true work zones and not overstep our boundaries, but also not to congregate and treat it like a party. We tend to be a very familiar community. We know everybody, we help each other, which is the big asset of this community, because if a tree falls down and I see Tim across the street, I know he's gonna come and cut it. But if it's Strunk or someone else cutting, Tim can't just walk over there with his saw and take charge of the situation. The same applies with engineering, with our water projects. I have gotten my cup of coffee and stood and watched when the bus was stuck in the street, and it was entertainment for us, small town entertainment. But it is not our place to go and get involved in these work projects if we are not asked to. I mean, traffic direction, get a cone. We have a superintendent. If he's not here and one of those contractors say, could someone go get some cones and put them here? That's fine. When the council members come up and they say, what's going on? How bad is it? They have no problem with explaining that to us and giving us that service. What they have a problem with is anyone touching their equipment, getting in a hole, starting to repair something themselves without consulting the contractors, things like that. So we don't stand around a work project and talk about the borough and I don't like Tammy and she don't like me and guess what Desiree did. That is not for them to spend their hours and time doing that. It is distracting. They are concerned about insurance and people being injured. They are concerned about their license. If we were in the city, in New York or Philadelphia, and we walked past a work zone, we are not free to go into that work zone and say, hey, let me get in there and help you with that rock. That is not our place to do that. Because of the way we are as a community, we have to be conscious that we are dealing with professional contractors who have license and insurance liabilities. If we trip and fall over something that belongs to them or caused by work that they are doing, they can lose their license and they are liable. So, and also when we spend too much time meddling with them, it's distracting from the workers that they have contracted to work. So let's all be conscious of that. Be mindful. It does not mean we can stop helping each other. It just means that we respect professional license, professional certificates, professional work zones. They are not, meet and greet party places. So we all have to be conscious of that. I'll go by, I'll look, oh goodness, something's going on, that's really bad. Get out of there because I have no business, I have no expertise. And even if you do have it, you're not under their license, you're not under their insurance. So let's all be conscious of these professional people that we know like family, but are doing their job. So let's be conscious of that. So that's all I want to say about that. Water, budget and finance has nothing to report down. Personnel?
No.
Sanitation?
So we had a sanitation meeting, we're gonna get the,
What do y'all do at sanitation meeting?
Talk about garbage.
when
Talk about garbage.
Thursday at 3 p.m.
Yes, sir. No, I'm just messing with you.
So, we're gonna try to get the RFB out earlier this year,
Okay.
maybe in the April timeframe.
Paperwork.
And we're gonna ask for two different options, a 3 and a 2, 3-year base contract with 2 one-year options, and a 5-year base with 5 one-year options.
Okay.
So we'll get them the prices both ways.
So you're taking care of business. Thank you so much for all of that. We appreciate it. Roads and building, you've already spoke about the modernization project. Is there anything else with roads other than our tree maintenance and?
Yeah, I'd like to get together with Solomon, and go to the salt pit where the old, lamp post is.
It's not good.
It's not good?
There's nothing.
There's
no.
nothing there?
It's, the pole's there and then I think just maybe the very top of it,
The top's in,
but it's not, there's nothing to salvage.
okay, but I do wanna find out the manufacturer and the manufacturer because half of the lights, or about 6 of them, are one manufacturer, Hanover, and I thought the other ones were Hanover too.
I thought they were all the same, except this one down here.
And they're not. So we need to go and look and see if we can find the name, the manufacturer name.
Okay. I'm
Speaking
not
of the
sure if
salt,
that's on
So
there.
sometime this week, I'm kinda busy tomorrow and Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Thursday morning?
Sure.
It's on the right side. Like,
It's on the right
If
side?
you're looking at the opening,
Yeah.
it's on the right side,
Okay.
like right by the wall of
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
You'll see it.
all right, good.
speaking of the salt shed, when we met with Mr. Markey regarding, updates on snow plowing and any issues he had, he recommended that we do not buy any more salt, and correct me if I'm wrong, Solomon, because you heard that, that because of the old salt that's been placed on top of old salt, it's compacted and made these salt boulders.
Oh, yeah. I've
And
seen a
rocks.
couple- Yeah, I've seen a couple of them.
And it needs to be used up and removed, and also, once we get the salt out of there, we need to visit what the flooring or what's underneath there and figure out a plan to replace the ground, what's underneath,
Actually,
if we have any flooring at all.
And we have a
It's
delivery
just-
coming this week.
I think it just.
so he came in today, as Allison was saying, and requested more salt because we're running low.
But he didn't want you to put it in that shed though, right?
What if you take it up to his
He's
house?
He's going to go check it out and move some stuff around prior to the delivery. I've already let him know when the delivery is.
Oh,
so-
okay. All right, well,
So
you guys handle that, but I just wanted to mention what was said to us about the,
the problem is because we don't have any type of base that we set the salt on, we just set it on the ground. Well, the salt just sucks the moisture out of the ground, so that lower layer, so many inches or maybe even feet, begin to get compacted and hard, and you can't run it through the augers.
Can't use
Solomon
it.
probably knows. Bob said today that they picked up a rock and actually broke his auger. They had to take it back to the shop and fix it. So he's saying what we should probably do is take a look at, maybe the summer, pulling all that out of that shed and looking to maybe pave that, so it's easier to
I
pick
was
the
just gonna
salt
say
up.
an estimate for pavement, yeah, it makes sense.
And he said he would definitely give us an estimate. He said he doesn't think it would take much. I don't know, maybe there's some grant opportunities or something like that. But what's happening is that lower level of salt is actually ruined. We can't really use it because
Yeah,
it's
it's just
sucking the
the salt.
moisture out and then becoming hard like concrete, so.
but you can let us know what the
Would you
comes
let-
in on that when you talk to them.
Would you let him dump it up at his, shop,
What he said,
at least for now?
what he said when we were talking to him is that if we got any more salt, he wanted to actually store it at his shop.
Yes.
And then, so we can get that out of there
Exactly.
and clean that out, so that I guess when the season changes, we can visit
Yeah.
paving and the whole bit. That's why I was asking where it was going, because he said to us that he wanted to put it, store it there, so you guys can figure out what he wants to
Well,
do with it.
not only that, he's got machines up there, otherwise he has to bring his machine down here.
Yeah.
Which is costing the
too.
town money.
That too,
Really,
yeah.
it's costing an hour to bring it down his back.
He actually mentioned that when he started doing the plowing, so we'll see what happens with that, but that's the information. Parks and Rec, nothing to report. Special projects, nothing right now. Economic Development, is there anyone from Economic Development? Nothing. Friends of Delaware Water Gap,
I don't really have anything to report. I'm working, like I said, working on getting a schedule ready for,
That's when the
yard
season starts.
sale, stuff like that. There's summer coming.
thank you.
Wait, can I just jump in? Though we're not working on anything for that, Tammy and I are collecting gift certificates, gift cards, or gifts for Founder's Day to support the cemetery. We're gonna be doing another tricky tray. So if anybody knows somebody, put them in touch with us. If you have any type of gifts, gift certificates, we'd appreciate anything and everything.
Okay, you guys did wonderful last year. It was great stuff. Shade tree, and if you have anything on open spaces,
Yeah,
No.
so we were successful in getting a spring grant, for bare root trees again. We boarded up the same 10 trees we didn't plant this fall, and we're gonna plant them this spring. We're gonna declare Arbor Day in April. We don't know exactly when the trees are gonna get here, so that will be decided as we get closer to the actual date. But I
I
think
hope
we're
winter's
almost
over
ready
by
to go.
then.
you haven't heard anything new on open trails with Sue Cooper, have you?
No.
Nothing's going on,
I did not make the last meeting, so I don't think.
I would think with government transition, there's probably nothing happening right now. So planning commission, nothing to report, planning commission?
Sorry, no, sorry.
Nothing, okay. Zoning hearings, I did want to note that we were notified that 4 Shepherd Court has submitted a new application for construction of a single-family dwelling on the property, and the property was cleaned up. And the permit was issued, what's the date?
Third.
Oh, well, it hasn't been
I
received
haven't
yet.
seen the permit yet.
It's an early date, yeah, it's gonna be issued. Okay,
Can I make a comment on that?
yes,
The
ma'am.
borough does have, I know the stormwater management ordinance, there is a new stormwater management ordinance that the solicitor has, but the borough does have a current stormwater management ordinance. So that application should be reviewed against that ordinance.
Okay. Allison, could you make a note to Mike?
Yep, I'll put it in my notes to him for Friday.
Thank you. And COG, was there anything to report with COG?
No.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, we're at the point of our meeting where you can make a public comment about anything that's not on the agenda. Yes, ma'am.
So it says the next work session is Monday, February 17th, that's a holiday, are we still having it on that day?
Yeah, because it looks like we're gonna have the special
Special meeting
meeting
on
for the
that day.
resolution, which means it should probably be, unless we have any other issues, it should be an in and out kind of thing.
If you're good, it will be.
Yeah, well, I try to be. Yes, sir.
Charlie had brought up about the divot forming in front of the manhole on
Yes.
Newton Road. So, just a heads up, there's one not quite as deep as that, but right in front of Kathy Kaiser's house, same thing.
Oh,
There's a
yeah, I've
manhole.
seen that too, yeah.
It
Really?
looks very similar to that.
Huh. Well, our engineers are looking at that one.
I was gonna say, Melissa already,
Okay.
Well, I suggested that the borough video, or have somebody video the storm sewer line that runs across Mountain Road, parallel to Main Street, and if somebody's out here doing that, I don't know what's in front of that.
Is that storm or sewer?
I'm pretty sure it's sewer.
Oh.
Pretty sure that's a sewer
So we
line.
need to do a
It's
video
right in front of his
inside the
driveway.
storm sewer line.
so you can see
Yeah.
what's happening underneath the
Yeah,
pavement.
see what's happening
See
through
if
the
it's
pipe.
collapsed or broken
Mhm.
or,
Yeah, before you go and dig anything up.
Can't miss it when you drive up.
So
Yeah,
does
it's
your
been there
company
for a
do that?
while, too.
We do not, I'm not sure who did it for, Dogwood Lane. Didn't you have that videotaped? Was it Dogwood Lane, where the water line? No?
I remember.
Oh.
That's not the first time I said that either.
Where is Dogwood Lane?
Dogwood Lane, it's,
Dogwood Drive.
Dogwood, where is that? Remind me.
Join the
There's a
club.
maze going up there.
This way. It's
So
not
we
that
need,
way.
we need to find out how to,
Yeah, it
who
was-
does that service and how to get it done.
Yeah.
Dogwood Trail.
She thinks she has to go
Dogwood
home.
Trail is where we did that.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
video.
Dogwood Trail, yeah.
Okay,
Dogwood.
so
Yeah, I don't know.
depression on, in front of Kathy Kaiser's house,
Kathy, Leroy.
Yeah.
is it near a storm drain or?
It's right in front of the manhole
Yeah.
cover.
That's been there for a while too.
Huh.
I think you're gonna find that that's just a water drainage pipe that was put in there.
Is it? Yeah, I'm not sure. There's a manhole there, I know that.
Yeah.
Well, if you have somebody, if it is a storm sewer, and you video this one,
You
I would.
video that one?
yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right, that's something we have to look into.
Maybe Zach would remember who did that?
He
who
might.
Did the video of
He
that?
might. Any other comments of items not on the agenda? All right, well, with that said, we will adjourn and go into executive session. There are no votes to be made in that session, so we won't come out with any votes. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
We're ending our meeting.
Did you make a motion to adjourn? Did you motion?